and welcome once again to M Cubed. I am Brian, the Motley Mix Merchant. Thank you very much for dropping by. If it's the first time you've been here, I am a Canadian eBay reseller. I pick up most of my items for resale at either live auctions or online auctions, and then I turn them around and flip them over onto eBay for a little bit of profit. But in the meantime, I am having tons of fun, especially when it comes to finding the items and researching them and finding out what they are and getting them up on my eBay store. The packing and the shipping and that stuff, that's part of the gig. But as for finding stuff, it's been great. And I'm having a great few weeks. Since the last time I spoke with you regarding what sold on eBay, a lot sold on eBay. It's been a good couple of weeks, and it's fun sometimes to see things sell quickly. Although at the same time, when things sell very quickly, it's like, oh no, did I underprice that? And I got another $10 for it. But at the same time, it's great to see things flying off the shelves. And they absolutely have been here so far for about the last 3 weeks now. Since the 30th of January, I have sold 26 items out of my eBay store. For those of you who know me, my goal is to sell 1 item per day. I want to have 30 items per month as my goal for sold items. I'm already up to 24 for the month of February, and today is the 19th while I'm taping this. Yes, so we'll see if anything sells tonight, but well ahead of my pace to get 1 item per day. And it came in a little bit of spurts, again, mostly around the weekends, but since last Friday, I've had to ship 11 items in the past 5 days, so it's been great. And today is a What Sold on eBay segment, so we're going to go through a lot of the things, not every single particular one. I'll mention a lot of the notables, and then we'll run through a couple of them just quickly to let you know what it is sold. And the reason that I and others like me on YouTube, even especially the big guys, do these kinds of videos is not to brag, but to let you know what's selling and what kind of items and what areas and categories to be looking for, or maybe to decide if you've got something like that around your house, and if you're thinking of selling it, maybe it's something worth selling. So this is definitely not a humble brag or not a brag at all. There's been slow months, trust me. There's been some very slow months along the way in the last 10 months since I've been doing this on a regular basis. Yeah, it's just good to see what other people are selling, and it's quite the eclectic mix for me this month. Everything from vintage ceramics to fairly modern computer gaming stuff. So let's run through it. I've got my notes here on this side. That's why I keep looking down. I always keep glancing at my notes. Sorry if that distracts people, but I don't have as great a memory as I used to, and I have to give myself a cheat sheet so I remember what sold in the past, even just the past 2 weeks. So, but we'll go through it, and I'll show you what I sold. So I'm going to scoot over a little bit and get this segment started. Are you ready? Here's what sold for the Motley Mix Merchant eBay store on eBay this week. Starting off with something that just sold last night while I was at work. It is a Neopet. It was a dark green Aisha was the name of the Neopet. And you know what's funny? Neopets they're huge still. The sell-through rate is almost 35-40% on eBay. So 35 to 40% of every listing over the last 90 days has sold. I picked up 7 of them. I picked up 7 of them at the local Goodwill for $2 a piece. And this one, the green Aisha plush, sold for $19 plus $7 in shipping. So I've already made back all the money that I spent on the entire lot of Neopets. I've got another lot of 4 of them up there. And there's 2 other very popular ones that are each listed for about $20 each separately. So when all said and done, hopefully that $16 of Neopets is going to turn into about $70, $80 worth of profit. So yeah, not bad. Not a bad way to finish off the last couple of weeks up to this point anyhow when it comes to sales. Also last night while I was at work, got the notification that the old Joan of Arc commemorative collector's plate, remember the dark green plate, and I had the Joan of Arc statuette that sold quite a while ago, about 6 months ago. Well, the plate finally sold it for $25 with free shipping included. It's going out tomorrow, probably going to cost me about $12 Canadian to ship, but again, it was at the bottom of a auction box, so total cost to me $1, maybe $1.50, so still going to be a good $10+ profit. on the Joan of Arc collector's plate. I thought that was pretty cool to see that notification come through of that item that's been in the store for probably 6 months or more. Sold finally one of the earliest things that I ever thrifted back when I was looking at glassware specifically. We're talking last May, June. I picked up a Empoli genie bottle, and it sold finally. I sold it for $25 plus another $10 towards the shipping, and of course it was going all the way to California, so it's going to cost me a little bit more than the $10 that I charged for shipping, but that's okay because I really just wanted to get this genie bottle off my shelves. You saw it back on that bookshelf for quite a while there in the videos, but it sold. Beautiful. It was a blue wave pattern, it was called. Good 18 inches tall or more, I think. So yeah, good to see that one go. And again, items that have been in the store for a while selling over the past couple of weeks. But then there's this next item that was in the store a grand total of 4 days. And I think I don't remember if I pointed it out at the last haul video. I had this, it's an iCarly toy from the iCarly show on Nickelodeon. It was Sam's remote control when Sam controlled Carly for some reason. She turned into a robot, or so. I don't remember the exact episode. I did watch it with my kids though. I remember that. So yeah, I sold this little iCarly remote control toy. It was just part of my auction haul about a month ago, and I sold it for $17 plus $6 towards the shipping. Again, cost to me less than $1, 75 cents, based on how many items were on the table that I bought for $5. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Up next, another piece of pottery. It was a Denby Stone Mill Rooster Creamer and Sugar set. Beautiful little set with the roosters on the side and the dark green finishing on the lid and the detailing. Sold those for $18 plus $6 towards the shipping, and they just made it over a pound. They were about 1.5 pounds maybe, so it cost me just a little bit more in shipping, but not too bad. Nice little profit on that one. Probably after the cost of goods, maybe $8 profit on that. So that's okay. I'll take $8 to $10 profit on every item, especially if I can keep going at the 1 item per day or more that I'm going at right now. That's a good pace. Now, over this whole last couple of weeks, I have sold 4 sets of teacups and saucers, and I've mentioned it before. I mean, I got these a lot of them very cheaply at auction back last September, October. Then I got a few more in a table full of stuff that I got at the last auction I went to just a month ago. One of the 4 that sold was one of the new ones that I just put up on the eBay store, but the other 3 had been up there for a good 4 or 5 months. So teacups and saucers, they sell. They're a long tail item though. They're going to sit there for a little while. And but if you get the right names, what did I have? I had a Royal Albert. No, sorry, none of the Royal Alberts sold in this past couple of weeks. I had 1 Ainsley, 2 Foley sets, and 1 Bluebird, which is a Canadian company. That was the poinsettia plates. But yeah, 4 sets averaging, let's see, $30, $22, $27, and $18 plus shipping on all of those. So let's say a good $22 average on each of those, with a cost to me of $1 or less for every teacup and saucer set. So very, very happy with that. It's a good, even with eating up a little bit of the shipping costs, probably $12 to $15 profit on each set of teacups and saucers that I sold for the past few weeks. So that was great. Up next is the first item that's sold from my very first foray into the online auction world. If you remember back, I think it was mid-November last year, I went to the online auction, went through an online auction, and then remember, if you're a follower of the channel, a subscriber, which by the way, you can subscribe below if you want to follow along on the entire journey, plug. If you remember, I went to the house to pick up the stuff, and it ended up being a co-worker of mine and her deceased mother's stuff that I was picking up that I had purchased online. Well, the first thing from that lot has finally sold. It was the Roseville Monbijou serving platter. It had tons of views and 7, 8 watchers for a very, very, very long time, and it finally sold for $35 with free shipping. So that, I mean, that whole entire online auction cost me $3.60. So definitely a good profit maker there. Still have a couple items from that auction sale online, but this was the main thing. Once I got it, I realized what it was and how valuable it was. So it was nice to sell that for $35 finally after 3 months now in the store. But it was good sale on another online auction purchase, and I'm having great luck with my online auction purchases, and I'm going to keep on going with that for sure. Keep searching them out. Up next, yet another plush. I am having so much luck with the plushes, the great big toys, especially this one is a Winnie the Pooh. I'm having so much luck with Winnie the Pooh plushes. Every time I pick one up, if I list it, it sells quickly. This one sold in about a week and a half. It was a big 20-inch Winnie the Pooh plush, and it sold for $27 with free shipping. Now Winnie the Pooh plushes, even though he was so big, he squished down pretty well into a box, nice small box, so it only cost me about $10 to ship. Cost of that was $4, so good $12 to $13 profit on the Winnie the Pooh plush. And it's I purchased another one at the same Goodwill store just the other day, and it just got listed yesterday, and it's already getting tons of views. This one, the one that's online now, is a Christmas elf Winnie the Pooh. So yeah, it's I'm loving the plushes, and you'll see why I especially love the plushes coming up very soon. Excuse me once again. I don't know what it is about videotaping. Excuse me. Videotaping shows for you people, but I get an itchy nose every single time I start this process, and I have to itch it. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna kiss a fool. Okay, what's up next? Oh, I mentioned this in my last haul video, and I made the joke about I'm rich, because I had the whole bunch of Corel Corningware, blue, what is it, cornflower, blue cornflower Corningware by Corel dishes. I had 5, this one had 5 casserole dishes with 2 lids, and the one lid fit 2 of the different dishes, and then there was 2 of the individual serving ones as well. Well, they sold in about a week after going online for $35 plus $20 towards the shipping. Cost to me for each item was probably 50 cents. So for the $2.50 invested in that one, that was a great return of $35 for the Corel, and the $20 did pretty much almost exactly cost the shipping, cover the shipping. So it was great sale, and good price pointing on my behalf when it came to covering for the shipping costs. Up next, a small little trinket dish that I might have shown you in a previous video, a few videos ago. It was one of the ceramic flower tops, sort of like the Capote Monte ceramic flowers, but it was the lid of the trinket dish had the ceramic flowers on it. That one sold for $22 plus $10 towards the shipping. And then I also sold something small that had been in my store for quite a while. Picked it up one of my first auctions last summer, and it was old style chromium door pulls for cabinets and for drawers in a kitchen. If you were doing a retro style kitchen, they had the silver and black detailing. They sold for $22. So yeah, there was a couple of smaller items, but returned pretty good price for those as well. From the last video, not the live feed, but the last video, remember I talked about getting a table full of wicker? Well, I've already sold a lot of the wicker. At least this one batch took care of a great big pile of the wicker. It was if you remember, I showed you the rectangular baskets. They were 11 by 5 by 3 inches deep. I had 24. I ended up with 25 of them, 27 of them, sorry. When I recounted them after I was getting them ready to list, I ended up with 27 of them. So I split them up into 2 lots of 13 with 1 extra basket, but somebody bought, I put the quantity available as 2, and somebody bought both lots. So they got all the baskets. I threw in the odd one as an extra on it, shipped it off today, and it was interesting to ship because it wasn't heavy. It was wicker baskets, but they took up a lot of space. So it cost a little bit extra in shipping, but overall it was great. I ended up getting $40 for those 27 baskets plus $20 total towards the shipping. So definitely covered the shipping costs and made $40 profit on wicker baskets, which probably cost me a grand total of $1.50 for all those baskets. So very, very good profit margin on the wicker baskets. All right, I showed you this one as well a couple of videos ago. The biggest plush item I've ever sold in my life sold. It was the 7-foot long stuffed multicolored caterpillar. Each segment was a different material, so it was almost like a sensory type toy, but it was 7 feet plus long. I sold that for $50 plus $15 towards the shipping, which I thought was great. until I tried to box it up and get ready to sell it, to ship it, sorry. It took a little bit of a bigger box than I thought because it's hard. I could fold it. It was easy to fold it, but I couldn't squish it down enough because of how thick this thing was. But you know what I did? I got a great tip from my girlfriend, and she and I worked it out when I was getting ready to pack it. Remember the old magic bags that they used to advertise on TV where you put your pillows and your sheets and everything inside the magic bag, and then you use your vacuum and you suck all the air out of it, and it shrinks it down and shrinks it down and shrinks it down. Well, that's what I did with the Caterpillar. I just put it in a basic recycling bag, held the bag around the nose of the nozzle for the vacuum, and turned on the vacuum, and in 15 seconds it had taken all the air out of it, and it was squished down to about that tall. It was still pretty wide and solid because of how thick it was, but I had squished down a 7-foot folded Caterpillar to about that deep. So it was great. I was able to get it into a fairly good sized box. It cost me $30 total to ship. So for the $65 that I got, it cost me $30 to ship. So still making $30 profit on a Caterpillar, which actually only cost me $6 at the Goodwill. So I'm happy with that still. That's a great profit on a plush item. And again, plushes are doing so well for me that I'm going to really keep on. Every time I go to Goodwill now, I'm looking at the plushes and seeing what I can find. So that's another area I'm going to keep looking for in the future. Up next, another one of the hats sold. Again, if you're a follower, you know I got a table full of hats back in the auction before Christmas. 50 hats in total, and this is number 2 of them finally selling. It was a beautiful black, Bullman was the brand, sold for $22 plus $6 towards the shipping. Unfortunately, the buyer bought it right on like a Saturday morning, and I couldn't ship it out until Monday afternoon. And she was hoping to get it for Wednesday for a funeral she was attending. It got delivered on the Wednesday. It says 5:30 in the afternoon, in the evening. So I don't know if she got it on time. I have not heard back from her or received the feedback yet, but she got it on the day she needed it, but it was a little later in the day. But still, it was. I told her, I said, I can't guarantee it's going to get there. If you want to cancel the sale, that's fine. But she said, no, it's still a nice hat, and I'll still buy the hat. So anyhow, that sold for $28 total. Cost to me was about $10 for the shipping. And again, these hats all cost me 6 cents a piece. 50 hats for $3 and change. So 6 cents per item was the cost on the hat, which sold for $22. Up next, last but not the least, of the Roseville collection. If you remember back in October and November, I picked up a whole bunch of Roseville items, pottery from Ohio. This was the last piece. It was a nice bowl or vase, however you wanted to use it, probably just a bowl, decorative bowl. You wouldn't actually use this to put flowers in. But it was the last of the 8 items that I had to sell, and it sold for $27 with free shipping, and it was nice and light, so it only cost me about $9 to ship. Cost to me was $5, so $10 and change profit on the Roseville, and that is it. No more Roseville. It is all gone out of the store and all gone off the shelves except for the one piece, which you can see right there on the top shelf. That's the one that's staying in my house because it's got multiple repairs on a couple of the arms and on the base. So that one's staying in the family, and the rest of the Roseville is gone, gone, gone. So goodbye Roseville, over and done. And then, selling the last of the Roseville, I sold the first of the Merry Mushroom canisters. Again, at the auction right before Christmas, picked up a table full of Merry Mushroom canisters, about 11 or 12 of them in total for $10 Canadian, which is $8 US. I sold the set of 4 Sears Merry Mushroom canisters. These are definitely the Sears ones, and they sold for $60 plus $20 towards the shipping. The $20 covered the shipping, maybe minus $1 or $2. So for my $8 US investment of this Merry Mushroom canister table, I've already sold $60 worth of Merry Mushroom canisters. And I've got other ones with tons of watchers and getting lots of views. They are mostly the Arnell's ones, but they're doing well. They're doing well in the views category, so we'll see if somebody pulls the trigger. I may have to drop the price on them. They're not going for a very high price, but I'm going to make sure that the shipping cost stays up there so that I can cover the shipping, because I just don't want to lose money on them, even though I've made quite a bit of money already on that entire purchase. So very, very happy to see the first of the Merry Mushroom canisters hit the road and get a brand new home. And the purchaser already has received them and is very, very happy with them as well. Then there was a whole bunch of other smaller items ranging from some vintage salt and pepper shakers, German ones that look like a dapper tiger. I don't quite understand where the reference is for that one. Then there was also a laser jet printer cartridge, which I'd had probably for 6 months in the store, and it finally sold, and of course was going to California, so I don't know if I made much money on that at all as far as profit wise, but at least it's off the shelves and making some more room to get rid of the stuff so I can buy more stuff and fill up the shelves again. So there was that, and then there was also a great big handmade clay vase. It was gorgeous, big round red vase made of clay, and it was gorgeous, and it sold. That's the one a couple of videos ago that cha-chinged on vibrate as I was doing the video. That was what sold that day, and it went off to New York City, to the Bronx, I think. So yeah, in total, as I mentioned, 24 items have sold so far in February alone. Then there was a couple of items that also sold the last day of January, and so I'm very happy. It's been a great start to February, the first half at least, as I center myself up again. The shipping is still hit and miss. I'm doing my best to make sure that I charge enough for shipping, and it's tough because I have to do the shipping company. I can't just figure it out myself with pirate ship and that kind of thing. I'm sure there's a way I could do it better for calculated shipping, but because I have to use the shipping company, I'm not sure that I'm ever going to be able to get exactly the right price for shipping of the items. But I'll keep plugging away at it and make sure that it's up there. Even if I eat $1 or $2 out of my profit to cover the shipping, that's fine by me. It is what it is, and it's part of doing business, especially on eBay. People know, you offer free shipping. They know it's built into the price. They know they're paying a little bit more for an item because you say it's got free shipping. And they also know if they're getting a really, really, really good price on something, they're going to pay for the shipping, because you just can't make nothing unless, of course, you're selling from China. Don't get me started on that. Anyhow, it's been a good start to the month, and a good first half. And it's continuing. If you visited last week when I did the live feed of unboxing the mystery boxes from the online auction, found some great stuff in there, some great old frames and artwork and pictures, and then also the Demitasse cups. I'm researching the Demitasse cups and cleaning them, and they're worth quite a bit. I've got 20 sets of cups and saucers in that box, and they're each going to be worth $15 to $20. So for my $8, $9 investment in that box, we're looking $400 worth of Demitasse cups if they all sell. And I'm sure the very first sale is going to cover my entire cost for the box, so then it's just going to be profit after that. So yeah, it's going great with the online auction. I'm possibly going to be hitting a live auction again tomorrow night, but I'm going to be sitting on my hands. I'm just going to watch most of the action. I'm going to maybe pick and choose a couple of items. Thanks to the profit made from this good start to February, I have a little bit of reinvestment money available to go pick up some more items, but I have so much stuff right now from previous auctions that I still have to get to clean and to list, that I'm not going to be picking up quantities and quantities and carloads of stuff again, especially if I want to keep living here. So that's the way it's going, and it's been great. And if you are enjoying this series, again, you can hit the subscribe button below if you would like to follow along with all my adventures and misadventures. And I do ask one favor, if you could please hit the like button down below, because liking the video gives it traction so that people who are searching for videos of this kind on YouTube get it recommended in their YouTube feed. So please hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you'd like to. Hit the bell to be notified every time a new episode is uploaded. And have yourself a great second half of February. I hope my good luck continues in the second half, and I will see you very soon once again on another episode of M Cubed. Cheers.